What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy. Had that strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, and awesome. All right, everybody. So, February 9th, day to day on this good old Friday, I want to share with y'all an encounter that I had today. Cool story, real short. So, transparency here, and the Lord is allowed me to share this. He said, it is all right. So, basically, the Lord tells me where to go get something to eat today. And I said, okay, I'll go. And he was kind of like, go get it. You know, like kind of go ahead. Like he wasn't rushing, but he was telling me because it was kind of like a good hour before they started to shut down. So he says, go. So I go. And basically when I get to the mall, because the place is in the mall, I see this man kind of just casually standing there. And I'm like, is he homeless or is he not? You know, I can't tell because he's just kind of chilling in the corner. But nobody else is giving this man eye contact or looking at him. It's like he just doesn't exist. It's so weird. Like he's just, nobody else is looking at him. And to top it off, it's like he's not even asking for anything from anybody that passes him by. Nobody else. Everybody's just walking past. He's not saying a word. So I go in to get my food, right? Come out. And he asked me, hey, I was wondering if you could spare me $1 so I could get something to eat. And I go, wait a minute. You can't get food with $1. You know, that's crazy. Like, he's just being so modest and generous about asking. And you can kind of feel when somebody's on some other stuff that's not so good. But I didn't know how much I had on me. Okay, I'm not going to say the amount, of course, but I didn't know how much I actually had on me. It caught me off guard. So when I get ready to pull out, you know, whatever I had to give him that the Lord was going to allow me to give, he kind of called out the amount I was going to give him off a slight glance before I even pulled it out. And it was kind of weird. I'm like, he wouldn't have known that I had that. You know what I'm saying? It was the timing of it that made it seem like, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Hold on. I didn't even know I had this in here. But I gave it to him. But it reminds me of the time in this same place where I was doing my messages as a messenger for the first time. Like where I was really talking to the Lord. He had just pulled me out my job. And it was that same location where that first angel popped up to me out of the blue. And God gave a test on to me to see if I would give foolishly. Because if I would have made the wrong decision in that, that's where I met Archangel Michael. He pretended to be a man who needed help and whose family needed help, right? And if I would have answered foolishly, of course, I would have been corrected in that moment. They would have told me. They wouldn't let me like do anything foolish, of course. But yeah. And by they, I mean God and Michael. God was talking to me the whole time. So here, I just felt the need to give on to this individual. And I gave to him. And then after I had given on to him, he says, oh my gosh, wow, this is crazy. I can eat now. And it's just the way he behaved. It was similar to the man that I was talking to y'all about a year and a couple of months ago. So that was back in 2022. Because yeah, a year and a couple of months ago. But it was crazy. And he reached out and he gave me a hug. I was not expecting it. I was like, oh my goodness, God bless you, brother. You know, God bless. And he was just explaining to me, I can go to Burger King and I can get me this and that. I can get this, I can eat. So I'm like, all right, have a good one. You know, like I wasn't expecting him to get all like that. But we're having this encounter and it's like nobody else is looking at us or him. It's just like everybody's just walking past. I'm like, did they even see this man? Am I the only one that can see this man at this point? Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like, am I the only person that can see this man? Because I just don't know how everybody's passing him up like he doesn't exist. It's weird. So he walks on the sidewalk going towards the place he said he was going to go. But when I look up, I don't see a man walking down there in that direction. I don't see him. So I'm asking the Lord, okay, Father, what happened? You know, because I felt inclined to give on to him. Did I just get robbed by the enemy or something? Like, I didn't really feel that, but I just, I check with the Lord and check with the Lord before I do anything anyway. But the Lord was basically indicating, basically something along the lines of, a happy heart sings a different song. And I was like, oh, wow, that is so different. And his grace and mercy. And, he just basically gave me an answer I'm not going to give because that's more of my secret place. He gave me kind of an answer that was like, yeah. Because he told me to go there. I wasn't even planning to go there to get any food. But he wanted me to go, and that was why. The first man in 2022 reached out to shake my hand, and I found out that was Michael because the Lord told me. I'm like, these angels are really hug and lovey like you. Like, it's so crazy. Even the warriors, they are so loving, and like the handshake. It's like when you pass the test or you give on and you do something, they just get so happy. Like the handshake, and then the man reached out. I ain't never had an individual actually reach out and hug me that I've helped. They just say, God bless, right? Or shake my hand, or if that. I don't even get the handshakes. It's just, God bless you. A transition, or what do you say? A trade, or I don't even know what to call it. A giving on to another person. There we go. It's been a long day. Bear with me. I've been busy. I'm tired. I just had my last day of calls. I made it through the first week, and I am extremely tired. But we made it through. God will give me restoration today, and the weekend. But oh my goodness, he disappeared. He just vanished. Now the first time, the Lord didn't have the individual or the angel, receive certain funds, and of course the Lord will give back to you and 3 times over. You never know what you given to an angel. You give something to an angel and they can bring it back to you 10 times what you gave. And an update, everybody. The craziest part about it, and now even more confirmed, is basically what the Lord had me give the guy, quote unquote, he gave it back to me more than double. Come on now. You don't know the reward that God has for you, and you don't do it for the reward, but that's just what God does for us, for being obedient. We have rewards. He rewards his children. But it was just so heartwarming. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't even see this man walking no more. How is this possible? Where'd he go? And it's just the way he was chilling. Like, if y'all could see the way that man was sitting in a corner and nobody was looking at him, you could have thought he was invisible to the other people. I'm like, this is the strangest. I've never seen it like this. And then this individual only asked me for help. He only asked me. I watched walking in and coming out. He didn't ask nobody else that passed him by but me. So I knew the Lord did that. It just made me so happy. And them angels will give you some hugs. They will give you handshakes. I didn't get a handshake, a hug. Tell you, something else. And it was just like I was the set up individual based on how God planned this for me to be the one to ask. And he says, you are a blessing. And the Lord was just so happy. And I didn't even know that was going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen in my days, but I just had to share that with y'all because that was so bizarre, that whole situation. But it was so good. Peace and blessings, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.